Okay, joined by manager Luke Garrard before we welcome Southend United at home tomorrow. Luke, you've had 7 days since our last game. Has it been nice to have a whole week to prepare for Southend after so many Tuesdays, Saturdays?
It's quite foreign, to be fair. The fact that we've actually had 3 sessions in prep for a team. Normally, it's a recovery day once you've played on a Saturday. In terms of the Monday, and you're trying to cram in a bit of prep for the Tuesday evening. You then come in on the Thursday, another recovery day from that Tuesday evening to then only have half a day of prep on the Friday. So yeah, it's been good. Obviously, watched them at length, know exactly where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, and it's been good that we've been able to get on the grass and put a bit of work into the players. We gave them Wednesday, Thursday off last week after the Maidenhead game, and then they come in Friday, Saturday. I'll be honest with you, work quite hard in terms of Friday, Saturday, organising where we want to set up and how we feel we can hurt them. And then again today, just doubling down on the shape, the organisation, and then obviously the set plays in prep for welcoming Southend tomorrow evening.
Yeah, and just on that recovery as well, have the players enjoyed the 7 days of not having back-to-back games?
Them, the staff, um, it's been tough. It's hard for any manager at this level. You're continuously watching games of football, trying to come up with game plans and things that to look at and hurt opposition, and it becomes quite relentless. So for players, it was nice to give them a bit of R&R, and for the staff, it's more the mental side of things in terms of fatigue, in terms of watching so many games. So that was a welcome sort of few days that myself and the staff had off, but nah, we get back straight into it. We've got Southend obviously tomorrow, and then we got Solihull away on Saturday, and we just want to keep that momentum going.
Mm. Yeah, so a big game in terms of the playoff race tomorrow against Southend. Just for you, do you let that occasion seep into the players, or for you, is it just primarily focus of the game in hand?
It's just another game. What is it? Game number 36 of our 46 game season. If I've got to tell the players how big it is, they shouldn't be involved in football. They're just below us in the playoffs. We're 11 on games now. Yeah, I think we got 5 points on them. It's probably one of our 5 6 pointers of the season. We put ourselves in a very good position. Obviously, the results on Saturday, some went with us and some went without us. But again, I didn't even look at them until 5:15 because you can't control what goes on anywhere else. So for us, yeah, it'd be just another game, organising and prepping them as we have done, speaking to the players in prior to the game, and then obviously when the team sheet lands, they made a couple of changes from Saturday from their game on Tuesday against Chesterfield, and they've got personnel that are coming back. So whether they go and put Reece Murphy back in, Fonga back in at the start, Powell back in at the start, that will be for us to see at 7:15. But yeah, no, we'll be organising ourselves like any other game in the National League. It's just another 3 points up for grabs, and that's exactly what we'll be looking to do. And hopefully, come 10 o'clock that evening, we're 3 points better off.
Yeah, Southend obviously still firmly in that playoff race. What are you expecting from the game tomorrow?
I think they're an excellent side. I really do. I think they've got an unbelievable squad. Um, Personnel leaving them for whatever reason, and you still look at Ralph, Kensdale, Hobson, Lomas of a back three. You got some real key personnel in Taylor, Miley, Fongak, Nur Hussein, Mooney. These are the boys that have gone and featured in that central position. Gus Morris has been pretty much a constant down that right hand side. Bridge, who I think is excellent. A lot of traffic goes down their left hand side. He was instrumental in the Barnet game. Shackelford, I felt, was very productive against him in the Chesterfield game, and again he had good spells in the game against Wrexham on Saturday. And Cardwell, Powell, Ray, Murphy, they can pick from anyone, and I think he's assembled an extremely strong squad, a side that destined in terms of wanting to get into the playoffs, and no doubt that they'll be doing everything to do so. They are currently on 3 games without a win. They played Barnet at home, not live. I watched it live on a Friday evening, then they played Chesterfield the following Tuesday, and then Wrexham away on Saturday. That's 3 tough ties. So they're probably a bit low. They'll be coming here fully focused to try and get 3 points, and that'll be a big aim of theirs. And we need to ensure that we're right on our game. If we have spells like we have done in our last 5 games and we put them all together, we'll be a match for them.
Yeah, we've already met twice before, obviously once at the start of the season and then more recently in the FA Trophy. I remember you after the game were quite disappointed in that performance. Is this another opportunity for those players to almost right some of the wrongs in that game?
I say in my programme notes, I don't think the two sides will be anything close to what the two sides were on that evening. We've obviously done quite a bit of mid-season business. Eriko Souza's coming back in terms of full fitness, so he's available for selection again. You look at Chris Bush and David Abraham-Tahoma. They've been a massive part of what we've achieved this season in terms of the turn of the new year. And I don't think they'll be as the 11 that they served up in that game. We had a bug going through the camp, and it was at a time where a lot of games were getting called off, and trying to get a place to train and keep it constant was tough. But yeah, look, for me, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. I know exactly what they're about. They're an excellent side, coached superbly. They got personnel in that can cause you problems. And it's not about righting any wrongs. We've won one, they've won one. It will probably be a draw now, knowing the results. But for us, it's about doing what we can do and how we control our business. And if we perform like we did, like I said, if we can put a lot of components together like we have done in the last 5 games, then for me, we'll be a match for them tomorrow evening.
And just finally, Luke, obviously a big playoff game tomorrow. Southend expected to bring a lot of fans. They did so to Wrexham. Have you just got a final message to our supporters for coming down to support the big game tomorrow?
Yeah, they took in excess of 700 to Wrexham, and I'm hearing they're close to 900 tomorrow night for us. So yeah, I urge everyone to come out. We've got 7 home games left for the remainder of the season, and we're going to need everyone pulling in the same direction. It's a massive influence. So let's hopefully, fingers crossed, we can outnumber them tomorrow night, because a decision went against them on Saturday with the goal they conceded down at the racecourse. And for me, having the North Bank field tomorrow and everyone bringing a huge atmosphere in a massive game, it will only aid us in getting 3 points.